Class 11 students, welcome to the online tutorials again. Today we have a poem. We'll deal with a chapter, a poetry called Money Madness. Okay, this is the third chapter from your Unit 3 poetry. The poem is called Money Madness by D.H. Lawrence. You can see his picture here. We will try and see a brief account of the poet. All right, there you have it. The poet, David, his full name, David Herbert Lawrence, was born on 11 September 1885 in Eastwood, United Kingdom, and passed away on 2nd March 1930 in Vannes, in France. Okay, a small medieval town called Vannes. He was an English novelist, a short story writer, a poet, and essayist, persons who write essays. He is regarded as one of the most influential writer of the 20th century. Okay, D.H. Lawrence was a very influential writer in the 20th century. His collected works represents, among other things, an extended reflection upon the dehumanizing effects of modernity and industrialization. And money madness, in fact, talks about a society which has been a society where people have greatly been demoralized by money, wealth, and material. Okay, uh, so Lawrence writing explores such issues such as moral, emotional health, vitality, spontaneity, and instinct. Okay, some of his notable works include Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow, Women in Love, John Thomas and Lady Jane, Lady Chatterley's Lava. Okay, um, in fact, these are some of his very well-known works, which is highly read across the world, right? Um, Including the novel Lady Chatterley's Lover. Excuse me. Okay, we will have a brief introduction of the poem, or brief introduction of the poem. Now, the poem Money Madness, it exposes a society, right? And a society, the modern, especially the modern consumerist world. Okay, our modern world is highly driven by economy. Okay, by economy, chiefly based on material, that is wealth and money. Okay, now the poem is an evaluation of madness for money in the modern times. People in the modern times, people in the modern society are highly money mad. They place everything. Okay, in fact, money is placed above everything: religion, society, family, friends, community, whatever it is. It seems in the modern consumerist society, money is above everything. People actually revere and worship money, right? Money holds the most important place in the lives of people today, and this is what he wants to highlight through this poem called Money Madness. D.H. Lawrence, through this poem, presents money mad society, you know, where there is social and moral degeneration, you know, because of the greed and madness for money. There's a total society degeneration. Our society, if you look, even in the villages now, okay, the love, the charity, the compassion is no longer like it used to be before, right? All these moral values has now vanished because of the love for wealth and money. Even our moral, there's a huge moral degeneration because of money. In fact, people will do anything for money, right? They will, kill another fellow human being for money. They will sell their own, they will sell their self for money, right? This is how mad a society has become in quest when the question is about money. People today, they're so much into making money that they are willing to sacrifice their morals and even sanity, right? And this is very true. The last, especially the last statement, right? They're so much into earning money, so much into making money, so much into getting money that we are willing to sacrifice our moral. In fact, our morals have been sacrificed, right? Even our sanity. So this is the extent money has. This is the extent how money has influence on us human beings. The poem talks about, gaining our sanity. Now we will see in the poem. Okay. Now the poem. The poet calls money and the greed for it our own form of madness. Okay. Then that is this form of madness is ruining the society. He goes on to say that if a large number of people in a society is money mad, then an individual in such a society displays his own share of money madness. If you are in a particular society which is money mad, then as an individual I cannot escape. I have my own share of money madness being in that society. Right? Each individual's character of insanity makes the world a society which has lust for money, right? Each individual's character of insanity, each individual coming together makes a society. So each individual's character of insanity makes the whole world a society which has a lust for money, which has a love for money, right? Which is dirty. Now, the the poet laments that people are so afraid to lose whatever money they have that they find it hard to give charity nowadays, right? We hardly help people. We hardly give out money for those people who are in, who are, who really needs it, who are in dire need of it. Okay, we forget about charity now. Even if it is £1, we feel pain to lose it. We are so much in love with money that forget about giving out charity. Even losing a pound, we feel a pain. Now, if we feel pain to lose even £1, then a sum of £10 makes people shake with fear and sadness, right? Now, the love for money is so much that losing or giving out £10 makes people shake with fear and sadness. The poet says we are enslaved. Money, power has enslaved us. It makes us prostrate and worship it. You know, lie down uh, and worship it with some strange terror. Money, it controls our thought and it influences our action. Nowadays, in the modern society, money has control our thoughts and influences our action. But it is not money, the poet says. See, it is not money that we are terrified. It is the entire society which is mad for money, is what I am afraid of. Money is the single biggest marker and signifier. Nowadays, money has become the single biggest marker and signifier of worth and importance in the society. How? We tend to evaluate a person today with his or her wealth and money, not with his or her values and characteristics. In this society, in the society today, here, as per this line, a person is now judged, or individual is judged by the amount of his wealth and money, not with his or her values and characteristics. We tend to look at a person, we tend to judge the person. Okay, we tend to take the person's word or his goodness or badness in terms of wealth and money. If he has wealth, if he has money, then the person holds a very important an eminent position in the society, no matter his values and characteristics. A poor person might have very good values and good characteristics, but if the person is poor, he is fairly or poorly judged. Now, if a person suffers from deprivation and poverty, then he or she is condemned as weak, unfit, and liable to suffer. This is what the poet is trying to put out. The modern society of ours today, the individual has to struggle. If you are poor, if we are poor, then the individual has to struggle. He has to scrap through, suffer pains and miseries just because he is poor. Even a poor person's death, or even his or her death, becomes insignificant. Okay, a poor person with very less money and wealth, even if he dies, it is taken as not important. Nobody really bothers. Okay, unlike the rich man, wealthy man, if he dies, it becomes a very big event. It is a common factor, a common knowledge. And if you are poor, as the poet is advocating here, people may give you some money to buy some food, but only enough to survive, but won't care for your sufferings and pains, other suffering and pains. If you're really poor and if you are really deprived, so that you can just survive, somebody might give you enough money just to get some little food. That's it, right? They won't bother to care for your other needs and other sufferings. The poet thus says, you will have to suffer if you have no money. Okay, if a person do not have money, you will have to suffer. You cannot expect any good things from your fellow human beings. There is nothing now. This goes on to say that humanity is no more really prevalent in the modern society, right? Everyone is after riches and money. The poet emphasizes it is this character of the people that he is afraid of. He is not afraid of money per se. He's not afraid of the money itself. He is afraid of this character of the people who tends to judge people in terms of money and wealth, not in terms of values and character. It is this character of the people that he is afraid of. That is what the poet is saying. And the fear can lead to and this fear, according to him, can lead to a disturbed state of mind. See, he fears money mad fellow human being in the society. The poet thus says, we must have some money to avoid suffering, to avoid inhuman treatment from fellow human beings. Okay, money becomes a single most important factor in our life. Thus, he says that, in order to avoid sufferings, in order to avoid inhuman treatment from fellow human beings, you need to have some money now. That is it. Can't help. He believes every person, finally, in the poem, right? This is what his idea is. This is what his belief is. And this is how the world should be, the society should be. This is what the poet thinks. The poet believes that every person, irrespective of his economic condition, his status, caste or greed, etc., around the world, has or must have the right to free basic necessities. What are those? Food, fuel, home and shelter. Everyone must have free food, free fuel, free home and shelter. Otherwise, what will happen? We will continue to be puppets, slaves, that is, in the hands of money and material things. We will be always under the influence of money and money and money if food, fuel, home and shelter is not made free. The poet appeals, okay, the poet appeals to regain our sanity, overcome this greed and madness for money. That is what he is appealing. Otherwise, madness for money can cause the whole world to burn with enmity, hatred, jealousy, killings, and insanity. You know, you're liking and wanting money for your basic necessities is one thing, but madness for money is other thing. Madness for money, lust for money. Now this is the problem. This will lead this leads the whole world to burn with enmity, hatred, jealousy, killings, and insanity. Okay, madness will lead to all this. So he gives us a choice. We have to choose either humanity and human survival, or inhumanity and ultimate destruction. We have to choose. That is what the poet advocates. Okay. And finally, this brings us to the end of the chapter. Like always, we have exercises A, B, and C on your pages 53 and 54. My dear students, it is your duty to be solving the exercises, not the teachers. We can guide you and provide you with notes. If you cannot do it on your own, we will be doing it, but at least first attempt all the exercise, all the question and answers on your own. That is what you are supposed to do. Makes studies and preparation much easier for you once you start doing things on your own. Okay, and if you cannot, please seek help. And if you have any doubt regarding the poetry or the poem, feel free to contact any of the teachers or contact me. Okay, I will get in touch with you with the next poetry. Thank you.